welcome back to the NDS. We are here at Talladega again for Duel 2. Let's get this party started. RS Fastlane 11 on pole for this duel. He'll be treating this one more or less like a extended practice session, just like Ben McDonnell in the first duel. As here we go. 27 hopefuls looking to make the 500. Let's get it rolling. Green, green, green flag to kick off the Burger King Duel 2. The field making a great time. Already some 3 wide outside. Do not want to be on the wrong side of that. As the moving around early on. Don't want to be the first one to wreck, but sun's out. Let's see how this affects him. Already you see the guys on top getting kind of left out to dry, while those in the middle, they will at least find their way down a little bit, trying to get all the way down. That's the objective there. Some drivers in the back storming up, using the bottom lane. That's Caddy King in the 14. Making a great run at this. You can see Tank Gunner getting a spot down. That 42 found a great hole. RS Fast 11 still up top. As single file, that routine train on the bottom, getting some good mileage. Something's up with the 4. RS Fast 11 blowing up, splitting up the pack. The 4 can't get down. That's going to hold up. Sneak, Snart, and Eastlamp get it the worst, but the 4, his time will be short-lived on the track, as he is not going to be able to run with these guys, but at the very least, it'll be still a front row start for the 4 team. Still green. John X. Sully leads the way. That 43. And you can look right here, pit lane 1 cam, you can really see it all. As the leaders go through, that did kind of string them out. Look at some of the drivers who have lost more. It's a 17-car main pack J-Money, last of those. So those who dropped the positions early are not going to be liking that one. Landon in 20. It's just kind of grinded out the bottom so far. Nothing too serious. The 9 of Canadian Lux, he's sitting here. Yeah, it kind of took the energy out of the main pack as soon as the 4 car had an issue. Let's see if there's any groups back here. There's a second decently sized pack. Angel Madfia trying to catch with these guys. You have Zent, Mizzou, Racing Fan, Tiger Man. Plenty of good drivers back here. They just need to get working together to pick up some speed. They'll take the 45 with them, as Eastlamp and Sneak Snart are the back 2. Back to the front. 23. Logan's getting a nice run here. He is making great time here, able to stay with these lead guys. That's all it really takes. And it's going to be about a 7-second divide between Group 1 and Group 2. And then the 2 stragglers followed by the 4. We're thinking the 4 can get back out there if he gets it. Going again, BS Fast and 11 here. As you see, I'm swinging by the tri-oval. That's how you can tell how big that gap is, about that 7 seconds. And if they're losing time or trying to get it back is the question. They're not losing as much time as I thought. I think they're just trying to survive at this point. Best thing you could do at a race like this is just live. Searching lanes, the 84 back there. About still 17 of them. 35 of Jake has good speed. Just needs to be able to finish the duel to get a good starting spot. He had one of the faster laps, and he is making it work. A little bit high there. That's Kyle D to lead that lap, but BS Fast and 11 getting the push out there. As the times are stabilizing back there. Keep an eye on that 12. Searching lower, but still 3. And these guys, they've picked up their little mini pack here. They're still racing good. These 2 are racing as it's official that the 4 car will be out of the race. Really is a death blow to some of the drivers in the other duel that we've already ran, who could be looking for a favorable tiebreaker. If they don't get it, that would really hurt their ambitions of making this 500. It really sucks. There's plenty of guys here that they bring a good car, just can't have it. Speaking of not being able to have it, I do think that Pack 2 is starting to lose some time. But remember, if the race goes green all the way, they're not going to be able to make it on one thing. They're going to have to pit, even on 1X. Drivers in the back of this pack have to worry. J Money doesn't want to be back there when the race is over. You see the 31 getting nice and easy pass on the 14. Man, Star really slow down the straightaway. That could, like, if you want to make a pass on somebody slower, you got to watch out. Not want to put yourself in too dangerous a position. Tank Gunner has been impressive on speed, showing that 42 what he's got. He's got it good. Don't doubt him coming to the end of this thing. As that 43, John Sully, he's back. Taking a comfortable ride. All right, Pack 2 checkup. Let's see. And it sucks that they can't get as much speed as those front guys. If they're battling less up front, it's less speed for the second group. But at the very least, they're still not terrible. Yeah, the more 3 wide they do, the less speed they'll have. And it'll really kind of like slow them down, trying to keep Maybe you just want to not keep drivers behind you, because if you see faster cars, blocking them and slowing them down to let just impede your time. This is a similar song and dance to the first duel, where it's been calm. The only difference here is that mechanical failure broke up the first pack, but at the same time, it's like not exactly the worst thing ever. Everyone here is relative ease, but eventually the piece will be broken. It's just a matter of when. 28 seconds back there. They might run into those other lappers if they're not careful enough. Hampter swinging into the lead with Tank Gunner being the great push support. Net 42. You can see these two way in the back, nowhere close. As now they've lost a couple seconds. It used to be 7.5 seconds, looking more like 9.5 seconds the closer we get here ending this thing. Oh, Tank Gunner. Don't want to make that move. 4 wide. Oh, Jake is up. And that's J Money. John. Tank Gunner. What's going on over here? 84 all the way on the apron. Okay, I see you. Oh, more trouble. Angel Mafia's in it. What happened with second pack? And a lot of danger has fallen on this right here. Now, if you watch Jake, there's Tank Gunner Razor there. How Kyle D not get Caddy King all messed up is beyond me, but J Money, John X Sully, Tank Gunner all in it. They're going to come. That 43 is going to spin down the track. Now, they're going to get it relatively fine, but Tank kind of pulls up onto the track. Oh, and 99 tried to slow down as much as he can. Just lost control with Zentz pushing behind him. Really unfortunate way for that to go. I want to see what happened up ahead. Why the 84 was so far down. Did the 31 get damage? Oh, Misty Viper did get damage. The other guys coming down the track to avoid it. Yeah, that 31's got more damage than you think. And here's the 17 of Zentz. Pushing around, and they see the smoke, and it's like, break off or slow down as much as you can. And, well, they call them rookie errors for a reason. Not what the 99 team was wanting to see there. Pace car most certainly out for this one. Has several repair jobs being made here. Misty Viper rolls on out. Zentz getting the modified treatment. The 99 continuing the race. Tank Gunner J Money. JMO is going to get back out there. Tank, I'm not so sure about. That will still be 26 cars on track, to my knowledge. Okay. All right. Time to take a nice scan here. The 43 of John X Sully out of the race on that one. Big time disappointment for the rookie there. And the other one, Angel Mafia, is 23rd place, slightly suboptimal. Damaged cars that let Sneak Snart and Eastlamp 20th and 19th, with the final transfer spot being held by the 45 of all drivers. A decent run for this team so far, but this is the part of the race where things could get flipped upside down. So don't hold your breath if you're out just yet. As long as you have a car running in this race, you should be A-O fine. Logan leads, Jake third. That's all the heavy hitters near the top 5. Let's go back green. And we'll see who's hot, who's not. These restarts, as a lot of spreading out near the back. Let's take a look at that 6 of Tiger Man. He started one of those drivers on the outside looking in. And I think they're going to try and get past the 15 BS Fast and 11 and the 84 Fuamoko. I'm telling you, fancy drivers come in all shapes and sizes. They are pushing 3 wide on the 84. I mean, there's no rule against 2 drivers driving the same car at the same time. That's my funny headcanon for the 84 team right here. Are 2 drivers better than 1? We'll find out. Speaking of finding out, I'm not sure if it's just Misty Viper holding up this train, but it's incredibly slow. J Money, Angel Matfia, Tank Gunner. That's going to be a trip and a half right here. So far, Fred Jones holds the final spot. As more drivers enter the lead pack, that could spell danger for those who are already mixing it up. Kyle D on the backslide. The 84 and 86 need to find their way inside. And they're picking lanes, making the right or wrong decision. Kyle D does not take the 4 wide opportunity. Smart driving by the 8. As you do not want to do that. And just looking at this lead group, thinking it's about 20 cars, I want to say. Yeah, Sneadsnart back in, actually that's 19th. Nope, 20th. Scoring pylon was a little slow. And you have a lot of stragglers and a lot of drivers in the front who are trying to single file this. But they want to battle. They want to battle, and it can pick up in intensity. And before you know it, it's going to get bad. But honestly, a lot of these drivers, they're trying to maintain their own stuff. East Slimp in that 47. The old veteran coming back for a full season, road courses included. Like, usually when you think of Talladega, you think of like the track blocking big ones, but that's mainly like a main event thing. Not enough cars packed in together in the duels to really have that effect. But some of these guys, they don't want to see it. They just want to avoid it. But 38, Racing Fan 880, just maintaining where he is right now. He has himself a solid job. Rookie of the Year winner last season to, albeit less competition than what we have now. But I'm imagining Season 7 is going to be one of the greatest. As now we have a big pack back here. Look at that. New leader, Tiger Man. Holy cow. As soon as it looks like it's going to be a pretty big wide fest, it immediately drops back to the norm. But Jake is connecting with some reliable veterans that he knows that they won't try to make moves on each other. And yeah, that's the short of it right there. Kyle D in that 8. Let's take a look back at those back guys. They could go a lap down. But honestly, the whole fuel mileage thing might play into effect if they don't want to go crazy. But if they do decide to go insane, there's plenty of potential to smash everything up in this main pack. The 54 of Razor doesn't want to be responsible for another set of wrecks here. Landon, he's running fine. As watch out, that 23 looked like he was trying to find a different lane around the 38. I think patience is a virtue here, that you just have to hope that things work out your way. As some of the lesser powered cars, Caddy King with another full season. Honestly, nice to have one of the old gen drivers around just for another shot. The 14 will certainly be a welcome presence. Firo's back. The 9, Canadian Lux. He's had a fair share of speed, wanting to push himself to the upper echelon of championship contention. There's Tiger Man, the 6. This pack is plenty big enough that if they don't have a wreck, there's going to be some in the main pack who won't get top 15. So it's very important to keep an eye on who scores top 15th place. That 91 hit it across the line, but with the low side coming in strong, won't be able to hold that. Well, I'm not sure how fuel is going to play into this, honestly. Oh, but 2 coming down. Might not need to. Logan in the 4 wide with Jeff. Oh, Jake, Star, Mizzou, big wreck in the main pack. Oh, they're hitting hard. More piling in. There goes a lot of drivers. Jake in the grass. Those other drivers, they're not even going to be even close to these guys when it comes out. A big wreck. I mean, that was kind of brewing with the 23's move there, and it just all fell apart. Just notice that Logan was pushing 4 wide. I think he just gets a little bit of Jake, and that's all it wrote. That goes all the way up to Mizzou. Jesus. Kyle D is losing control top. There goes Landon. All the fantasy drivers trying to avoid this one aren't going to get it. Mizzou goes on 2 wheels. The 38 Racing Fan gets it. And, Star and Razor with an impact. Fuamoko gets a big piece of it there. Kyle D is up. Hampter, there's the 6th Tiger Man in the grass. Jake also got more grass there than pretty much any driver here. Just look at him spin through as everybody trying to avoid this and failing to do so. Yeah, the 84 just got kind of comboed there. Thought she was in the clear. Guess not. If you want onboard, we'll give you an onboard. 91. Let's see what Wolf Van Halen had to see. Riding on board, telemetry around, and just really the hole kind of closed up, and the grass, not much control. I mean, the hood's pretty badly mangled there, but a relatively good escape. Other drivers who are not so fortunate to get out of this one, they're all recovering. All right. Well, let's see. Razor, Mizzou, Star, Tiger Man, they're all trying to get back out there. Wolf Van Halen is pretty crunched up. As that puts Tank Gunner in the 15th position. Kyle D and Fuamoko are both out of the race. As, ladies and gentlemen, we may have a fight on our hands for some transfer spots. Jake, 13th. Angel Matfia now 16th with an outside shot at getting in. Misty Viper, 18th. Some of these other slower fantasy drivers trying to get in might not be able to. Definitely not if you're already out of the race. All right, let's see how many laps we have left to go. We're coming 6 remaining. Canadian Lux out front. Eastlamp third of all drivers. Caddy King with a top 5. BS Fast and 11 and Landon are good. Racing Fan is doing decently. Logan still holding on to a top 10 after that melee. And Jake sitting 13th. And this spot right here. Tank Gunners, 42. Now, it's still 6 laps. Anything can change. But there's some drivers who need this more than others, and they're going to be fighting like hell for it. Let's see what this restart's like at the front before we take a look at the midfield. Green back out. Honestly, next caution might end the race, so you definitely don't want to be the guy who causes it. Here we go. 3 wide action here. Plenty of drivers splitting off. BS Fast and 11 doing a good job. Landon's keeping here. That 38 running inside the top 10. As you see those slower drivers there, that's going to be the determining factor back there, as we do not have a lead group that big at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 cars in the lead group. Honestly, after that kind of free-for-all, that makes about enough sense. Racing Fan staying 9th. 10th, 11th, and 12th. J-Money, Sneet Snart, and Logan all there. Meaning that I think that 99 has the final spot right now. They're going to try and dump Jake for more track position. Let's see how it goes. That 35 on the back foot. And guys like Misty Viper, Zents, Mizzou. Like, if you're a fantasy driver, any of, like, Jeff has like 4 fantasy drivers around him. If any one of them can take a spot in the top 15, they're going to have to try and work extra hard for it. 3 wide with the number 35. Whoa, that's going to be something here. I think once this, like, sorts out, the more sorted out it gets, the more interesting this fight will be. As Canadian Lux basically has an uncontested way. He's the most powerful car in the main group, and I think he's just going to use that to enforce his win. Longtime veterans like Caddy King and Eastlamp will have to team up to kind of take this. Billy Mays in a 36 running second. And I think that team up might, oh, it's not going to happen. Eastlamp running low there. That's going to make the pass on the 14. Not really the 14's fault. Can't really get back down to run with these leaders. 9th. And this big group right here. Like the entire top 15. I think that puts Logan in 15th. Remember, these like damaged car drafts are just as important as the leaders. And I think Jeff is trying to run away from some of these slower fantasy drivers that are all damaged up. They're not going to be able to contend for it. Canadian Lux versus Eastlamp in the closing laps here. And what about this battle? Like they might try to gang up. Like, you see a couple fantasy drivers, Fred Jones, Bunger, they're going to try and team up to tag team this 9. And don't think it's going to work. I just think that it's just might be a too little too late situation for all these drivers wanting to win the duel. Not that it'll matter for the front row. This is for the second row. RS Fast and 11 has locked it up despite blowing up on pretty early on. Caddy King, there might be more to this 14 team than what's letting on, as he is kind of planning his attack right now. Nothing really wrong with it, just kind of putting it on as he's going to move up to second. The white flag, Canadian Lux leads, but Caddy King has a chance if he could just rally enough support behind him here with only 6 cars left on main. This is kind of what it might look like on the end of the 500. Just a small amount of drivers needing to formulate a plan to make a pass for the lead. And so far, it's looking solid right now for the 9. He's just been kind of in cruise control for this spot right here. As the checkered flag will fly for Canadian Lux. He is going to win Burger King Duel 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th and 8th. 9th is Mizzou. J Money. Sneak Start. 12, 13, 14. Drivers who are in the 500. And Tiger Man has passed Logan for the final spot. 15th place. Tiger Man, good. Logan, kind of on the outset now. Sent, Star, Jake, Misty, plenty of drivers who might have to rely on trying to get in through other methods. Some of them have a surefire chance, while others are going to be deeply screwed. That is all that we have for this race. We'll see you next time. Take care.